Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey back with another video. Just checking in to see how everyone's day coming along. I don't know, I was just thinking about something when I was out a few days ago. I was actually en route heading to work and I got on the bus and I remember I saw this kid. I'm going to call him a kid. I was going to call him a gentleman because he was not a gentleman actually. He was standing up at the time because the seats were pretty much all taken up, and I chose to stand up because I was only a few stops away. No big deal. And I think we actually got on the bus around the same time, to be exact. What was interesting was because of this one thing. Once we made it to the next stop, there was a young lady. There was a couple of people trying to get on the bus, but this one young lady was just getting ready to get on. Now, mind you, she was getting ready to sit down. Or at least I thought she was getting ready to sit down. Looked like she was. So what did this kid decide to do? He plops down in the seat, literally as she's getting ready to board the bus. That really did something to me like no other. It really grinded my gears seeing that. And I'm just thinking like, first and foremost, how trashy is that? You, of course, being pretty young, you could tell he was a fairly young guy. He seemed to have a good build to him. So the point of trying to drive home, he could have easily just given that lady the seat knowing that she was just getting ready to jump on board. But rather, he decides to wait until the doors open and she's getting ready to step in to decide to plop down. And what was even more funny is because this was the stop before the stop where I was getting ready to get off. And a couple other people actually. And what was interesting was because he was just about to get off as well. So overall, he could just simply continue to stand, as a few of us were already doing because we were that close to our stop. But he chose to be a complete jerk and plop down for just a couple of seconds just to prevent her from getting the seat. It's just disgusting when you think about the fact that this younger generation, they're so detached. They don't know what it's like to actually truly have manners, to have some sense of respect. Not saying she was an elder, but just some sense of decency. That's the word I was looking for. Where is all of that? Where is that sense of upbringing with this younger generation that's coming up? There's such a disconnect, and not really just the younger generation. I'm noticing this with. I've seen some older men as well. I'm being very cautious with saying gentlemen because I don't see him as gentlemen at all, if you can operate in this mode to be exact. But to witness it, it just is sickening. But yet you want women to be at your beck and call whenever you need help or you just have a desire to spend time with them. You want us to just be there at the drop of a dime, as the old saying goes. But when it comes to doing something so simple as being willing to give your seat up when you see someone get on the bus, as an example. I'll give you guys another quick one here. It should never be a case where you see an elderly person getting on the bus, and as a man, you're choosing to still stay seated, but the woman who's sitting across from you decides to offer her seat up just to respect her elders. What type of world are we living in right now? Where is the tact? Where is that old traditional upbringing when it comes to respecting elders, or the fact that you want to respect women in some form or another too? You don't have to know a person from Adam, but it's just having that sense of understanding. The upbringing is so off and it's sickening. Let me know what you guys think. Are we so far detached from that in this day and age? Not only for these young kids for the most part, but for even some of the older ones. I get it, everybody's kind of going through something in regards to their lives in one form or another, depending on how one views what they have going on. But to have a sense of care for others. I'm going to leave you guys with this. I know for me personally, even when it comes down to giving up the seat, by the way, the woman I was talking about who was willing to give her seat for that elderly person, that was me. I say, you know what? I respect my elders too much. And I know that that one day could be me. And I will hope someone will do it for me when my time comes. If I happen to be so deciding to take on the bus. But I doubt I'll even decide that at that point. But the point I'm trying to drive home, it's a good way to do the deed because you're truly paying it forward. It's an old school saying. It's truly just about paying it forward. And you could do so in various ways, such as that. The act itself. So, how do you guys feel about that? I'm kind of curious to know what others think. Have we gotten so detached from that? And are we so far gone from that where we can't seem to reel it back in and make that a priority? Just simply by doing right by others, because knowing that, granted, we're not of that gender, granted, we're not of that age, but knowing at some point we can, well, we will eventually become of that age. You know, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'd be interested to hear what you guys think. So feel free to leave your comments in the comment section below or continue to message me on my platforms as you guys have been. And I definitely want to welcome all the newcomers who are joining my pages here. So I just know I do see you and I truly appreciate you. But yeah, I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. So until next time, I'm sending you guys off with love and light. And I will see you in the next video. And I would say the message in this particular video is continue to try to do right by others in any and all that you do. Even the ones who try to spite you. Because at the end of the day, they can do that all they want, but the reality of it all, again, I say it's in all of my videos, spiritual space is always watching. They're going to take care of it for you. Trust that. Have a great one, you guys.